اکنون نوبت به سخنرانی آقای فلاویو مرونی میرسه که ایشون کاردار و سفیر کبیر سوئیس در سالهای بعد از انقلاب بودن. I now welcome Mr. Flavio Meroni to the podium.
Salam alaikum. Bonsoir, bonjour à tous. On m'a demandé de vous adresser quelques mots en anglais, donc je m'excuse auprès de nos hôtes français et je vais continuer dans la langue d'Albion. J'espère que ça ne sera pas trop pénible, en tout cas ça sera très court. Ladies and gentlemen, to the Swiss diplomat to the very young Swiss diplomat I was at the Swiss embassy in Tehran, it took some time to fully appreciate President Banisadr's personality and values. We still were at our historical place in the embassy of the Avenue Pasteur. Some of you surely remember it. Next door to the presidency, where with Ambassador Lang, we used to go over to meet him on a regular basis during the hostage affair, even several times a day, and deep in the night. I was in his presidential office, probably the last foreign diplomat to meet him in June 1981. Mr. Sanjabi, who is here, perhaps remember that very sad day. That intimacy naturally facilitated the contact with the president's human personality. I refer to him as the president. The Americans, they would say President Banisadr, because the president for them is the actual president. I personally still think that he is the president, having been elected as a unique president through a democratic election, the only one. Very soon I could realize that we had to do with an honest, sincere person, a man of high moral standard, somebody whose revolutionary thinking was dictated by a sense of justice and not of revenge, where historical blunders, even crimes, could be assumed provided there was a clear will to change things and relations between nations. We Swiss, neutral, but not above human sufferings, would naturally feel a spontaneous sympathy for such a person. But soon the statesman quality of the person came out, and I personally realized the real dimension of President Abolhassan Banisadr. In trying to solve the American hostage affair, and during the incredibly difficult months preceding his ominous impeachment, he bravely stayed on the side of the state, the Iranian state, on the side of Iranian population and its fight for justice and a better life. His political acting enabled me to better understand his country and his people. Those who overwhelmingly chose him as their first president through the only democratic election Iran has ever experienced. President Banisadr, already a political refugee in France, persecuted by those he tried to bring on the way of democracy, a word I heard this afternoon, admitted to me once, as it is quoted in a book we wrote with Ahmad Salamatian and the Algerian minister Mohamed Bejawi, that will appear in a few months. I quote, "The use of this word was recommended by us to Khomeini as soon as he arrived in Paris, as well as women's equality and freedom. The word democracy, alas, is nowhere to be found, if I don't mistake, in the Constitution of the Islamic Republic." Merci.